been coming on and off since 70s. I was a warden for over 3 years, and coming to look after the church is a privilege and a pleasure. The people here are lovely as well, and it's a lovely family.
Well, we got married here in 1965. Dawn's from Rhosddu and I'm from Chester. We're both nurses, and we met at the hospital, and because Dawn's a local and this was a church she got confirmed in, we both came here and got married.
There was a story about Stan getting here. He couldn't pronounce Rhosddu.
And I got lost on the road, and as the bride is supposed to keep the bridegroom waiting, I think it was the other way around, because I asked the gentleman, it was very Welsh, where is Rhosddu? We got here in the end.
I got married here in 1958. It was only my parents that came. We didn't have bridesmaids then. They hadn't got the money then, had we? And then my 3 eldest children were christened here. Karen, Andrew and Shirley. Lovely, yeah, because it's a lovely church. It was really lovely. And I've still got the gown that my eldest daughter wore.
Wedding day was lovely. Everything went smoothly, and we filled the church. We had lots of lovely photos taken just outside though, and in the little room which I've just discovered over there where you go to sign the register, that's the only one that was taken inside.
This is my dad with me outside the church gates, outside the door. 36 years ago this year, myself and my husband got married. My mother-in-law is Maureen Edwards, who's a member of the congregation here. A few years later, we welcomed our son, and he was christened here. And then a few more years later, we welcomed our daughter, and she was also christened here. My children used to go to the Sunday school with their nana. When I was very, very young, I sang in the choir here for a short time.
I got a lot of memories from it. All the family was christened here. I was christened here when I was 13 days old. My granddaughter got married here, and I asked her what she wanted for a present, wedding present. She said, "Can you get the choir to sing Callan Lamb at the wedding?" And that's what we done.
I was in charge of the wind in the organ. I used to pump the organ, sort of lever sticking out of the bellows, and it was like that with me.
To move the air through it?
To move the air into the lungs. Well, it wouldn't have sounded at all. You stop it, then the organ stops if you stop puffing.
How old were you?
Oh, about 12.
Did you get any money for it?
I don't remember.
Oh, you did. You told me.
Did I?
You used to get 2 and 6 a quarter.
Oh,
that's what you told me.
Oh, yeah.
I was a chorister. I joined the choir in about 1960, and I sang till my voice broke. Typically, because I was a lot younger and I was smaller then, the church seemed a lot bigger. In particular, the vestry, which is on my left now, it seemed quite big, but now looks incredibly small. Nice to see the coat hooks are still there, where we used to hang our coats before we put our casques and surplices on. And I used to sit roughly here. There used to be pews on both sides here. This wasn't here. But very fond memories of being in the choir and making friends. And one of whom was a guy called Andy Scott, who became bass player with a group of the 70s called The Sweet.
He was in the choir?
He was in the choir with me.
Putting on our best clothes, scrubbed clean and walking to church really. Later on, I used to call for a lady called Miss Elsie Jones on Park Avenue, and we'd walk together. I was part of the Girls' Friendly Society. I've got very fond memories of the building. And kneeling on the floor, not being able to see over the top of the pew, but with your hands tightly clenched together so that you were praying properly.
I spent all my school years mostly coming to Sunday school. We had our little booklets and we used to have a stamp every week and stuff. And I went to school with the vicar's son. He was in my class. So, yeah, he was the naughtiest boy in the class, full of fun. And he used to go home early from the services every week, and we weren't sure why. And then we found out he was going home to watch Batman. It was quite fun.
Some memories of Sunday Club in particular immediately spring to mind. We had great fun one day building a tabernacle. We built a gazebo. It was indoors, but the kids had great fun doing that. And we've built things like jails to put the kids in prison, like Paul. All sorts of fun things. Like we've even burnt scrolls as well. Whenever I come to St James, I always look at the window over there, which was, I think, of the original Sunday Club area. So for the children coming to me, sort of window. It's a lovely window. Lots of lovely memories and made lots of lifelong friends here.
At 6 months old, I was christened here. So just really wanted to come back today and just have a look where I was christened and just see it before it closes, really. I was actually surprised to see an old friend of mine and her sister here, and I didn't realise that they were also christened here, and her parents got married here, so it was nice to share stories with them.
My husband's funeral was here. That was a full church. Reverend Douglas Back took that, and that was very special. Sad but special. It's a beautiful church. It's not too big and hollow, like, you know, some places that sort of you rattle around in. But here it's all nicely condensed and it's lovely.
I work in a little unit which is across the road in the old Wren's Nest. And when the Queen passed away, the children found out there was a book of condolence, and some of them have never been in a church before, so we brought them and they all lit candles and they all wrote in the book of condolence, and they were just mesmerised how pretty it was, and they were asking questions and they loved it. They loved it.
Myself and my wife, we came in 95, came through the door, and the vicar there was Reverend Douglas Black, and as soon as he met you, he was somebody who would give you a job. So we arrived one day, and then by the time we left that service an hour later, we already had jobs for the following week. So so we were tied in straight away, and then, but it meant you felt like you belonged, and you felt like it was the right place for us. It's been, for 30 years, a very regular part of my life to be in this building and to feel at home in this building. And although I do believe the church isn't the building, the church is the people, and we need to keep those connections with the people, I will still miss the building and the fact that it's home.